I never believed in ghost stories. But my first night shift at St. John's Hospital in Kolkata changed that. At 2 a.m., an old woman, patient 237, was brought in. As I examined her, strange and scary things happened, making me question everything I thought was real. I had always known that hospitals could be eerie places, but nothing could have prepared me for what I experienced that night. It was my first shift as a resident at St. John's Hospital in Kolkata, an institution with a rich yet unsettling history. The older staff often swapped ghost stories about the place, but I had always been a skeptic. That is, until I met patient 237. It was a quiet night in the kind where every creak and groan of the old building seemed magnified. Around 2 a.m., the call came in. An elderly woman, unresponsive, found alone in her apartment in one of the city's older neighborhoods. They brought her in on a stretcher, her thin frame covered by a threadbare blanket. Her skin was cold and pale, almost translucent, and her eyes remained eerily open, staring at nothing. I was assigned to her case. Patient 237, read her chart. No name, no family, no history. Just a hollow shell of a woman. As I began my examination, the lights flickered, and a chill ran down my spine. Her skin felt like ice beneath my gloved hands, but her heart was still beating, albeit faintly. Throughout the night, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every time I turned around, it seemed as if shadows danced at the edge of my vision. I convinced myself it was just my mind playing tricks on me. The old building, the late hour, the stress of my first night, it all added up to a creeping paranoia. I decided to take a break and headed to the staff lounge. The corridors were dimly lit, and the silence was oppressive. As I walked, I heard a soft, wheezing sound, like someone struggling to breathe. I followed the noise, my heart pounding, and found myself standing in front of an old, locked door. A faded sign read, "Morgue." My rational mind screamed at me to turn back, but curiosity got the better of me. I fumbled for my keys, found the one marked M, and unlocked the door. The air inside was stale, and the faint scent of decay lingered. I switched on the light, revealing rows of metal drawers. The wheezing sound grew louder, more labored. It was coming from one of the drawers. My hands shook as I pulled it open, revealing a body bag. The sound stopped abruptly. I unzipped the bag just enough to see the face inside. It was patient 237. Her eyes were still open, and for a split second, I thought I saw them move, focusing on me. I stumbled back, the drawer slamming shut. Panic surged through me. How could she be here when I had just left her in the ER? I raced back to her room, my mind racing with possibilities. Had someone moved her? Was this some kind of sick joke? But when I burst into the room, the bed was empty. The only sign she had been there was a faint indentation on the mattress and the lingering chill in the air. I checked the security footage, hoping for some rational explanation. As I watched the grainy video, my blood ran cold. At 2:13 a.m., the time I had started my break, the footage showed patient 237 sitting up in bed, her movements jerky and unnatural. She swung her legs over the side of the bed and stood, her head tilting unnaturally to one side. Then, she walked out of the room, disappearing into the shadows of the hallway. I spent the rest of my shift in a daze, trying to make sense of what I had seen. When morning finally came, I handed over my notes and headed home, exhausted and terrified. As I stepped out into the daylight, I swore I could still hear that wheezing breath echoing in my ears. I never went back to St. John's Hospital. I transferred to another program, leaving the ghost stories and patient 237 behind. But sometimes, in the dead of night, I still see her face, those lifeless eyes staring at me from the darkness. And I wonder if she's still there, wandering the halls of that old hospital, searching for something, or someone. Because deep down, I know that what I encountered was no ordinary patient. And some questions are better left unanswered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more creepy tales. Don't forget to leave a comment about what you think happened with patient 237. Stay tuned for more spine-chilling content, and until next time, stay safe and stay curious.